Okay, this topic is called FOIL. What FOIL is double distributing. Distributing is when you have a number out front of a set of parentheses with two or more things being added inside there. You need to multiply that number out front times both things inside that parenthesis. It is very important. When you're doing these FOIL ones, you are doing double distribute and then combining like terms. So let me show you. For distributing, when you have a number out front, you times it by both. So the 4 times the x and then the 4 times the 3. Always timesing. Anything in math, when you have a number next to something without a plus or a minus, that's times. But to make these tricky, you got to times all the way down after you do this first one. So the first one gives me 4 times x, which is 4x. When I times 4 all the way down times 3, I get 12. Common mistakes are not multiplying both terms. Another common mistake is multiplying 4 times x and then adding 4 and 3. Don't want to do that. So these are some common mistakes with foiling, forgetting to times both or timesing and then adding. Don't want to do that. Always multiplying. These FOIL problems, these are double distribute. I need to times that first term times the n and then times that first term again all the way down times that 3. This first multiplication, we call that the first one, and then the outside times. And then this next one, when you take this 2, this is the inside multiply, and then all the way through the outside, or the last term. That's where we come up with the term FOIL, which shows the multiplication process. First, outside or outer, inner, and then last. So both these are double distributing. I'm multiplying 3n times both n and 3, and then when I'm done with that, I times this 2 times n and then 3 and then combine like terms. So here we go. Let me show you these first 4. So 3n times n gives me 3n times n. That's going to be my first. And then I'm going to go 3n all the way down times 3. And then I'm going to times 3n times n gives me 3n to the second power. 3n all the way down times that 3 gives me 9n. This inside, 2 times n gives me positive 2n. 2 times 3 gives me positive 6. Now I need to combine these two middle terms together. 9n plus 2 more n gives me 11n. I bring down the 3n squared and the 6 because I'm not combining those terms with anything. So my final answer, multiplying these two binomials, 2 parts by 2, I get a trinomial. All right, here we go. Next one. N times 2n gives me 2n squared. N all the way down times negative 2 is going to give me minus 2n. So here I go. N times 2n, the first one, is 2n to the second power. N all the way down times negative 2 is negative 2n. Negative 1 times 2n gives me another negative 2n. And then negative 1 times negative 2 gives me positive, because a negative times a negative, always positive. Now combine my two like terms. Negative 2n combined with another negative 2n gives me negative 4n, more of those negatives. I bring that term down, bring that term down. Next one. These are special cases. So 2x times 2x gives me 4x squared. So 2x times 2x, 4x squared. 2x all the way down times negative 3, negative 6x. 3 times 2x, positive 6x. And then 3 times negative 3, negative 9. When you have one of these special cases, the middle term will cancel away because positive 6x and negative 6x are opposite. And again, you could tell this is going to be a special case when you have two binomials that are exactly the same, but one has a plus, one has a minus. 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3. Almost the same, but one positive, one negative. Whenever you have a special case like that, the middle term will always be opposite and cancel away and just leave you this same old binomial right here, 4x squared minus 9. All right, last one. R times R, and then R times negative 3. 1 times R, and then 1 times negative 3. R times R gives me R to the second power. R times negative 3 gives me negative 3R. 1 times R gives me 1R. And then 1 times negative 3 gives me negative 3. Combine my two like terms in the middle. Negative 3 combined with positive 1. Two of those negatives, or one of those negatives cancels away. And let me go back to that. I'm sorry. So I will get negative 2R in the middle minus 3. When you're looking at my shared document, if these problems look too small, you could always hit this little zoom feature button right here. If you zoom it in, then you could clearly see those problems a little bit better if you do not want to print these out. If you want to go back to regular size, click that back. Alright, so I hope this video helps you. Good luck.